after you won the elections, in 2009 you won the elections. That time, for many people who don't understand today's political manifestation of how politics is playing around today, Mr. Narendra Modi was not a part of the national political landscape at that point in time. So many people understand that today any candidate will win if that Narendra Modi is standing there, which is right in a long way. But in 2009, he was not there. So you stood on your own merit. You stood on your party's local leadership merit, and you won the election that point in time, where in a situation where BJP had not got a lot of seats also. Now, after winning, I have got a few, I wouldn't say a few, there's a huge list, to be very frank, the kind of achievements you brought into your constituency called Chitradurga. There's something called the Appar Bhadra project. There's something called the direct railway line from that, I think, from Davangere through Chitradurga to Bangalore. How does it go? It was taking a detour, whatever. Then you have India's largest R&D hubs like DRDO, ISRO, Baba Atomic Research Center, your IISc again. I think the only second facility outside Bangalore in India is in Chitradurga. And my biggest question here is, you were in opposition that point in time. When you talk about the central government, you're a member of parliament, not a local thing, right? You are a member of parliament, so you have to work, and all these are, many of them are all central, correct me if I'm wrong, all of them are central government kind of.
Many these institutions.
So my biggest question is, sir, question number one, how did you manage to get these done when you were sitting in the opposition in the central government? How did it come to materialize? Number one. Number two, I read all these things, but as a voter, as an ordinary voter, I want to understand, how did this help me? I mean, okay, these are great achievements, I understand, but how did it actually help an ordinary voter like me?
Well, there are probably dozens of questions you asked, all of them together now.
There are so many questions to ask.
Yeah, I know. I wish you could serialize them. Number one, the winning in Chitradurga from BJP is extraordinary because that is the first win for BJP in the history in Chitradurga.
In the entire history, it's the first time win ever BJP won, and you were the candidate.
Correct.
And a new person who came from 2007.
Yes.
Wow.
But the credit goes to so many people, lakhs of people, who choose to do so, and the independent ministers we had in our constituency, Venkatramappaji, Sudhakarji, Guliyeti Shekharji, they were all independent ministers in our own party. They worked for it, and Karnakar Reddy ji, Janardhan Reddy ji, there are numerous number of people who, and Saudu Shivana ji, and other MPs, neighboring MPs, including Davangere MP, GM Siddeshwar ji, and Tumkur MP, GS Basuraj ji, and many party leadership, Shiv Prasad ji, and Suresh ji, just to name few in our party structure. And underneath there are several people, including our Odalkere MLA Chandrappa ji, and Chalkere then MLA Tippeswamy ji, and Tippareddy ji, our MLC. Like there are so many people who added that force to make it happen. And under the leadership of party leadership was in mainly two people at the time. Santosh ji was our organizing secretary for the state, and he also worked as a pracharak in that vicinity and the entire area. And
you're talking about Mr. B.L. Santosh.
B.L. Santosh ji. And next Yediyurappa ji himself, because he was a chief minister and he formed the government here. It's the first BJP government. And all the independent MLAs and MLAs who won in the BJP and ministers who are in the government, all of them added to it. So it took so many things to align to make one.
So is it safe to assume for me that the state government had a significant role in helping you bring these projects to Chitradurga?
No, we will not jump to the projects yet. But I just want to touch upon the point where you asked about how did that win happened.
Okay.
So
okay.
there are all religious leaders, all cultural leaders, there are many matas are there in Chitradurga, very prominent matas, and many people, learned community in the entire Karnataka, and so many learned people in Bangalore. They all joined hands. So it's not just one person or one entity. And if I need to thank, probably there will be lakhs of people and lakhs of people who voted for BJP.
Yeah, yeah.
And the margin we got is also very substantial.
Yeah.
It's a unheard of margin in Chitradurga for us, because it is a BJP never won, first win, and that too with a 1,35,000 margin.
Oh, wow. That's huge.
And we won in first place in all taluks. In other words, all assembly segments. At the place where we never won before.
Do you feel that your candidature was a very important reason for that?
Well, that is a part of it, but it's not the only thing.
Maybe people were expecting something out of an educated, young and dynamic guy
It's a
like
small
you.
percentage, yes, but that is not the only thing that's going to cut it. But you need a good candidate, of course. You need someone from local, someone with whom the voters can relate to.
Exactly.
And someone who had done something in their life, something they can associate with that person. Many people will just say, I have money and I will contest. No, that's not good enough. Have you done anything in your life? Anything to prove your capabilities? Have you worked hard? Have you earned your position? Not because somebody's son, not because you have money, not because of some political alignment. Bring something to the table, in political table. Do something good to the people and be an asset to the country.
Yeah.
That thinking needs to be in place. I was just trying to offer that, and I was blessed with all the national leaders at that time. Yes, Modi ji was not there in the center. He was a honorable CM at Gujarat. And at the time, Advani ji, Arun Jaitley ji, Sushma ji, and Anand Kumar ji, many leaders, and everyone's a combined effort made the state election in the state parliamentary election a successful one at that time, including our party president at the time, Sadananda Gowda ji was there.
Yeah.
Then everyone. And
So it's a collective effort, all put
obviously,
together.
all wins and all losses are always a collective thing. At least all victories, all wins should be attributed to.
You're being modest again, sir, because I think
No, that's a
you come from a
reality.
modest background and giving a modest answer.
No, it is a reality. If
Because I
somebody
genuinely
says
feel-
they did everything on their own, I think that is a
No,
misrepresentation.
but I genuinely feel, because as an voter, I want to understand and align with three things in my life. I want somebody who represents me, who's from my local background, who understands the local issues around here. Second, who's
But what we did after that is phenomenal. That is a different story.
Exactly.
But to put the person as a member of parliament, everyone carries a lot of weight.
Yeah. But I think the candidature played a big role, according to me. Yes, you elaborated a beautiful.
And of course, media
thing, how-
supported,
how-
and so many people in the media,
Yeah.
they wrote about it. They made it a primary matter. Somehow they took it personally, and they brought this information to individual voters. And many columnists, many editors, many publishers, they went extraordinary level. Even I don't know whether I will be able to do something like this for them in my life. That level.
So would you believe this, sir? If a person is very passionate, genuine, with a great intent to help, the world will automatically start playing along and help you the way it helped you, because you're saying media, the whole set of people, the political system, the leadership, everybody concerned, irrespective of the fact that they did not know you just about 2-3 years back, they all patched up together and played the way they played. Is it also a reason because your intent and wanting to help the people was quite visible to everybody? Maybe that
I
was
guess
also a
so.
reason.
I believe so.
With that background, I just want to go back into my list that we basically did. Now that with this intent and everything and all the people ganged up, they played a beautiful part in your winning, and the voters voted you to power with such a massive majority, you actually went about, hit the ground running, and you went about giving some great facilities for this constituency. Now let's start about this Upper Bhadra project. What exactly is it? Can you throw some light about what exactly is that? How did it help Chitradurga?
Sure. Before we go there, I just want to complete the previous one.
Sorry,
though
sir, I
no,
interrupted you.
No, you didn't interrupt me. Though I got 1,35,000 as a margin, and it is a spectacular victory for
Yeah,
BJP.
yeah.
And everyone played a very important role, entire party workers, all the leadership, everyone. And there are two more individuals who scored more votes in Karnataka than me out of entire Karnataka.
Okay.
One is Prahlad Joshi ji, who scored even 2,000 votes
Uh-huh.
within our party. In our party, his numbers was highest.
He's a Parliament Affairs Minister today
Yes, yes.
with Modi ji.
Yes,
Okay.
of course.
Huh.
And then highest vote was, I think, Devegowda ji at the time.
Oh, okay.
In all party
Our
put
ex-Prime
together.
Minister.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were the third.
I am the third in the state, second in the party, and first declared seat in the Karnataka at that time.
And from a seat which BJP had never won in its history.
Right.
It's a great thing, sir.
It is a honor to
Absolutely.
do that job
I would
for the
consider it
people
so.
and
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
And yes, I was given ticket again in 2014. Before I come to the developmental work, we'll talk about political stuff completely.
Yeah,
then
please.
we'll connect a little bit more on the work we did. 2014, I was given ticket, and that situation was slightly different than 2009. My party was broken into three pieces: KJP, BJP, and BSR.
Oh, that was the time when the KJP happened. Okay,
Correct.
okay.
And as a result of that, we lost the state government.
Yeah, KJP when Yediyurappa ji had a different idea.
Correct. There was some internal discomfort.
Yeah.
There was like a galactic event for people
Yeah.
like us who
Yeah.
entered into the politics, and we could not do anything other than just be a part of the breaking system at the time. Eventually, all the pieces came together. BSR and KJP, all that got integrated into the BJP eventually. But nonetheless, that did take a toll in 2014 parliamentary election. Had we not had this break, I don't think we lost we would have lost the
2014.
2014.
Okay.
That is one of the biggest reason.
The reason why I went into your political projects first before I went in this thing, because whilst you are talking, I can see a sense of disappointment in your facing. Was 2014 something which we could have approached a little better? Where could we do something better? So I want to put two steps back and want to tell the viewers and make them understand the kind of work that has happened in the constituency directly under your management there, because it's easy to come and say a political person has delivered A, B, C and D, but there are political people who have won twice, thrice, 4 times, yet they won't have a fabulous resume to show the kind of work, developmental work that has happened in their constituency the way you have in your constituency with just one term that you basically had we're talking about. So that's the reason why, as much as you're wanting to go ahead and explain a few things, I'm dragging you back and pulling you back into this question, because this is very interesting in the political setup. Just like I said, your entry into politics is a case study itself. It's an even bigger case study for me to understand, in spite of doing what you have done in this place, why did 2014 eventually happen the way it went about? I want you to dwell more on that, because that is another big case study for us. For when I say us, to the viewers who are watching this program, for them to understand how difficult this political quagmire is. Now, it looks very easy, everybody gels around with you, you won, and then when you did so many good work, and then you turn back and you see 2014, I was not able to convince my voters to vote me back. What was the big problem? What did I do? Was my communication wrong? Did I do something wrong?
Are we disappointed with 2014 results?
Because I could see that, because you said you yourself, there are a lot of question mark in your face.
No. See, I think we have to do our work without expectations. Okay, you should disconnect both of them. Result will come back later. But if you, sometimes when you do something that is going to produce results over a long period instead of quick results, you are up for this kind of hurdles. Where there is a lag between the results and voting.
Yeah.
We should not try to connect, in my view, of course, we are all in electoral politics. We have to do what is necessary to win an election. That is absolutely mandatory. On the other hand, that should not be an excuse for not doing the long-term projects.
Hmm.
As you rightly said, I was in the opposition. There is very little we could do. And even with the ruling party, it is so challenging.
Yeah.
Because Chitraduga, like any other places, has seen many people who were elected in the ruling party. Even with the ruling party, if it is difficult, and especially if you are in opposition, we can naturally, as you rightly said, it is very natural to ask, how could I do it?
Yeah.
For me, the Chitraduga was in my heart. That was my focus. Not even my election. Because how many times Chitraduga has seen someone from local? So many big achievements between 2009 and 14. One of them is Upper Bidar project, which is very crucial for Chitraduga in terms of bringing water from a distant place. We will drill into more details later, but we will cover other projects as well. Second one is connecting Chitraduga to Karnataka's capital city, Bangalore.
To the railway
and to
line.
a direct railway line.
So you are saying there was no railway line passing through Chitraduga?
No. As I told you, for any city to flourish now, connecting to capital city Bangalore is one of the important thing. For Davangere to Bangalore, the train goes from, it comes from Hubli, it reaches Davangere, and Davangere to it bypasses the entire Chitraduga and comes to Tumkur, and then continues to Bangalore.
Oh.
It is not just a railway bypass in my view, it is an economic bypass.
Economic bypass, yeah.
And just by labeling Chitraduga as a backward district, it is no use. It is like declaring some area as an accident prone zone or accident
Without
zone.
scientifically doing something about it.
We had to do something about it.
But how does it happen? How does the railway line not come to Chitraduga?
Rather than worrying about, no, there is a track and there is Chitraduga to that line, there is small connectivity is there at Chikjajur in Nolkere Taluk.
Okay.
And that is not viable because you are going in the opposite direction than your intended direction towards Bangalore to catch a train. That adds nearly 230 kilometers extra in the round trip between Bangalore and Chitraduga if you choose that path.
And people can't move their goods, they can't travel.
Between Bangalore and Chitraduga, it's hardly 200 kilometers.
Yeah.
And if you choose that track,
Train. Okay.
you are adding 230 kilometers extra in your round trip. It costs more time and more money.
More fuel.
And not viable.
Yeah.
So people, all the people in the constituency, they resort for road transportation, though it is expensive, because it is more faster. There was so we are dwelling into more details about this railway project, which we will cover later, I guess. My recommendation is, I think there is a separate subject altogether, and there are also industries.
Yeah.
Without bringing industries to Chitraduga, there is no way we can uplift that area.
Yeah.
And just bringing some small cottage industry, basket making industry, and some tailoring industry, that is not the full solution to bring up Chitraduga. We have to have a bigger ecosystem, bigger organization that should create employment for lakhs of people.
Yeah.
Just creating an employment for 20 people here, 30 people there, that's not the complete solution. It doesn't solve the problem. Maybe it's good for local news, that's all. How do you create employment for lakhs of people? That was not easy. Therefore, we focused on getting these central government projects to Chitraduga, and which was a dream of many people before, including our predecessor N.Y. Manthappaji, and many people, they tried. In fact, they wrote to the government, hey, let's do something about it here. But nothing, so many elements need to come together. During my term, our government was a BJP government in Karnataka, headed by Yediyurappaji, and who was also development oriented person. When we requested, sir, these are the projects coming, then he was very happy and he sanctioned the land to these institutions. Many things took place there. It was not easy. And another thing is, like, for railway, he gave the money from the state for a central government project. Responsibility of a state government, then BJP government headed by Yediyurappaji, took more than 50% on the railway line. Central government portion is small.
Yeah.
State government portion is big.
Yeah.
That is a big thinking. This is what happens to the political and private outcome if BJP comes in the power and people like him are in power. He proved that.
Yeah.
And we worked very closely to make these things happen. And whenever we requested these facilities, he never sent us back. Now the railway priority appears to be around 8 to 10,000 crores. State government portion is more than 5,000 crores then.
That point in time.
Exactly. So now at the time it was 913 crores.
Okay.
That was a survey done probably 20-30 years back. But as soon as the project is started, the numbers will go
up.
significantly.
That's a different debate.
Therefore, the agreement was to have a 50%
Ah.
from state and 50% from the center, and land should be acquired by the state government and should be given to Central Railway Government Department at free of cost.
The land was given free of cost.
Exactly.
Oh.
Many big things were done like this in order to make it happen. First time in the history. It was on the budget presented on 25th February 2011. That is the first time, though the demand was there for more than 50 years. It was in 2011 when railway budget was announced, this project was sanctioned. Until that time, it was only in the talks.
Now, when it gets concluded, sir, it will be a transformative thing for the economy of Chitradurga itself.
Obviously, now the water problem is being solved. That is nearly 30 TMC water. And having the water abundance will result in agricultural produce.
Yeah.
And that needs to be taken to the nearest market at lowest cost possible. That is how you help the farmers.
Yeah, that will be.
And the railway connectivity is important.
Yeah.
That's how you complete the economic equation there. Just by giving water, no use. Farmers need market.
Yeah.
That's the whole purpose why farmers produce things. It needs to be sold. That's how he can help himself and his families. And low cost transportation is train.
Correct. That's easier. The road transport obviously is much more expensive.
Once we implement these two things, that will provide the economic justice to Chitradurga itself. And combined with mega industries coming up there, including Indian Institute of Science, DRDO and BARC.
How will they help, sir? I mean, how will a DRDO or a ISRO or a Baba Research Center, IAC, how will it help Chitradurga? As in, what are I want
Number
to understand?
one, they are industries. They create the seed for industrialization of the area.
Okay.
And once many these mega institutions start fully functioning there, they support thousands of additional industries, which is going to provide employment to our local people, including educated, semi-educated, uneducated, and highly learned. So it provides an ecosystem for us.
So you're
Like
talking about
Bangalore.
building an ecosystem.
Like Bangalore, like what is the use of having HAL, NAL, BL, BML in Bangalore?
Without a scientific temperament around it.
Because these mega institutions harbor or support many other smaller units
ones,
where there is a huge employment opportunity.
Yeah.
Right? So we need employment, we need industrialization. And third, it creates a demand for local produce from our farmers.
Yeah.
Then instead of selling something at 20 rupees in Bangalore, if we sell the same thing at 20 rupees in Bangalore, our farmers save on transportation.
Yeah.
Because things are getting consumed locally also.
Yeah. So are these projects up and running now, sir, in Chitradurga?
Yes, they are almost functional. For
DRDO.
example, Chandrayaan 3 was tested in Chitradurga. By the way,
Yes, that is what I
in
was coming
500
up to.
acres.
Yeah.
So nothing what we
That is
mentioned
in Challakere,
here,
if I'm not
Challakere
wrong.
area.
It was a national news. As reusable technology was also
Correct.
done. Yeah.
RLV, reusable launch vehicle system, was
Yeah.
tested in the DRDO airport
Chitradurga.
in Chitradurga.
Yeah. Chitradurga, which is always famous for drought, and today was coming in news for
We
very
are
positive
national
reasons.
players.
Yeah.
And Chitradurga has converted itself as a fort of the nation now.
You know, you're creating a scientific community through IISc. You've got mega industries like DRDO, Bhabha Atomic Research Center, ISRO. You've created a huge R&D hub which will start giving fruits at a later date, because
No, it's already now. Why later day?
When I say-
For
when they-
example, the thousands of people have already been benefited with the works that are going on today.
Huh.
So many contractors, so many engineers, so many labor, so many material suppliers, so many builders participated in building these institutions. You have to visit Indian Institute of Science, you have to visit ISRO, you have to visit BRC, you have to see the DRDO. DRDO is not just, all of them are not in paper.
They're
They are all
on the ground.
implemented.
Yeah.